In this video, I will show you how to evaluate your external environment using StratPlan. To get started, you can either click on Macro Environment Analysis, or you can click on the next button to navigate to your Macro Environment Analysis screen. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Macro Environment Analysis. When you click on Macro Environment Analysis, you'll be presented with this screen. Essentially, this framework consists of PESTEL analysis and five forces of competition. So this is about PESTEL factors that can impact your company, and this is about the competitors that can impact your company. To get started, we're going to click on political factors and commence our PESTEL analysis. So these are a set of pre-input factors that pretty much impact every single company around the world. So I'm going to go ahead and just go through these factors to see what impacts our company custom IT solutions. So to get started, policies and processes, including the extent to which a government intervenes in the company. So that doesn't really impact our company, either positively or negatively. So just a point to note that each of these factors could either have a positive impact on your company, or it could have a negative impact on your company. So if the factor affects your company negatively, you check negative. If it impacts your company positively, then you go ahead and check positive. If it doesn't apply to your company at all, just leave them unchecked. So tax policy resulting in tax increases or decreases. I'm going to go ahead and say that any tax increases can negatively impact our business, and therefore we should actually plan for that. Fiscal policy impacting consumer buying power. I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, any sort of policy that impacts our consumers' buying power is going to have a negative impact on our business. Tariffs and taxes on imports or exports. I'm just going to leave that blank because I don't really believe that impacts our business. Political climate that could result in business impact, and unstable government that could lead to civil unrest resulting in looting, vandalism. So again, this doesn't impact us at all. The strength of institutions such as the federal banking system. This tends to have an impact on us. When the GFC hit in 2009, we did see an impact in our business. So any sort of impact on the federal banking system tends to have a negative impact on us. And this is another reason why we need to diversify and not be too niche in our current the way we currently do business. Industry specific such as bailouts doesn't impact us, and energy policy that could impact certain types of energy producers. So this tends to somewhat impact us positively, because most of our customers are large companies that need custom software, and the more impacts they have, the more they turn to technological solutions. So I'm going to go ahead and click on economical conditions to continue on my PESTEL analysis. And in terms of interest rates impacting the company's activities, I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, any interest rate hikes actually negatively impacts our business. Exchange rates impacting exports, so that doesn't really apply to us. Inflation rate does have a potential to impact on profitability of the company, especially when we have to give annual increases to staff and we need to keep up with the rate at which inflation is rising, so that tends to have a negative impact on our business. Unemployment rate generally positively impacts our business because we can get codes, etc., at much more affordable prices compared to when the market is strong. We have to pay a higher rate for codes. The rate of economic growth impacting the company's ability to grow. We haven't really had that much impact on us with economic growth. We've been fairly well insulated, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that blank. Trade deficit, so that's nothing that's impacting us at the moment. It's unlikely to in the future. Savings rates, again, doesn't really impact us, and per capita domestic product doesn't impact us. In terms of sociocultural, so again, this tends to not impact our business, as we are more business to business rather than business to consumer. But I'm just going to go ahead and say that population demographic has a large impact on industry the company operated competing in. Most of our companies that we work with, or business to business, tend to have this impact. So it tends to negatively impact us when our major customers are impacted. Technological factors, I'm going to go ahead and say that technological developments actually positively impacts us because companies are moving towards more technological solutions as technology changes rapidly. And the other one that I'm going to say is that the government control of the internet could negatively impact us. The one that's not in there that I'm going to put in that's a negative impact is the rate at which 3D technologies entering the market tends to impact us. So I'm just going to go ahead and say the rate at which 3D technology is entering the market. So this tends to impact us because we don't have any 3D designers, and it's something that we need to start planning for. So I'm going to go ahead and include that. In terms of environmental factors, not really outward facing, so we don't, as you said, business to business. However, any more environmental factors that impact our customers tend to positively impact us because they turn to technological IT solutions to help them combat any of the factors that impact their business. Legal factors tend to impact us in terms of consumer law, labor laws, etc. negatively, as every time a law comes up or changes, it impacts the cost of doing business. So that's money coming out of our business, and we want to plan ahead so that we can be ahead of any laws, etc. coming up to soften the impact, if you like. So there you have it. This is PESTEL analysis using StratPlan. So stay tuned for more videos as we work our way through StratPlan, and you'll be able to see the analysis of all the inputs that we've done. Just one last point, that if you wanted to add anything specific to organization, simply click Add View. Just stay tuned for more videos, and don't forget to subscribe.